From 2012 to 2020, Joe Rogan used a separate studio in Woodland Hills, Los Angeles to stage his podcast, The Joe Rogan Experience, with his home being in a nearby area within LA, something we'll discuss in detail shortly. Anyway, with the rising success of the comedian and UFC commentator on the podcast scene, Rogan apparently earns around $75,000 on average per episode, with his YouTube income apparently generating at least $1.8 million per year alone. In 2020, he then signed an exclusive multi-year contract with Spotify for a reported $100 million. With that, Rogan's net worth jumped to $100 million. Now, with a pocket full of change, maybe a little bit more than that, Rogan decided to move from LA and relocate to Texas. He made this decision for a couple of reasons. One is the lure of paying less income tax in the Lone Star State. The other is concerns regarding the current global event and looking for more protection and less overcrowding. Because Austin's not crowded? What? A much-loved city, though, for people in the entertainment industry. Due to the move, a brand new studio for the podcaster was put together in the new city as well. Rogan soon found a beautiful lakeside property to call home. Based in Lake Austin, the house has 10,890 square feet of space within 4 acres of land. With its long driveway and the cloak of trees, the property offers a lot of privacy from prying eyes. The 8-bedroom and 10-bathroom abode was built in 2006 and was later owned by architectural designer Benjamin Wood and his wife Teresa Castellano Wood. The two were responsible for a big redesign at the estate that turned it into a Mediterranean and Texas-inspired modern farmhouse exterior and an Asian-influenced interior. Prior to Rogan coming along, during 2015, the mansion was put on the market with an asking price of $7.25 million. The neighborhood is reported to have a median house listing of $1.2 million, already making this house one of the most expensive. However, Rogan spent even more. He apparently spent $14.4 million on this Austin mansion in September 2020, making this one of the largest real estate purchases in the area of all time. According to reports, Rogan plans to further renovate the estate to his and his family's liking. The kitchen features not one, but 2 islands. Both of them have sinks and seating space on the outside sections. The kitchen flows into a dining room with a rustic table that can easily fit 8 people. One of the living rooms offers scenic views of nature with its glass walls. Outside, there's plenty of space for Rogan's dog, Marshall May, to enjoy. There's even a large water trough for the pup to enjoy as it ventures the grounds. For an idea on the cost, a plain steel water trough with a 500-gallon capacity can cost as much as $950 online. Since the property is next to the lake, there is of course a party dock with 2 boat slips included. Beyond entertaining, the dock can be great for relaxing and a bit of fishing. On average, the price of the dock can be between $3,000 and go all the way up to $50,000 depending on materials used and the size. According to experts, an above-ground saltwater swimming pool has an average price of between $10,000 to $12,000, with an additional $100 per year for maintenance chemicals. There's also 2 attached garages and a carriage house that's big enough for an RV or a boat. It's believed that one of these structures is where the new podcast studio is based. Prior to moving to Austin, Rogan decided to live in a different area to his former studio in Woodland Hills, so he chose to reside in Bell Canyon, but he's owned 2 properties in this area. Firstly, House A. The former Fear Factor host bought this property in 2003 for $2.3 million. Originally built in 1978, the French country-esque house has 5 bedrooms and 5 bathrooms. The mansion has 7,573 square feet of space, with its master bedroom taking up practically the entire 2nd floor. The house also has a large swimming pool and spa to take in the surrounding mountain views. Other features include a games room, a gym, a media room, an office, and a meditation atrium. House A was placed on the market in October 2020 for $3.2 million. It had previously been put on the market in 2009, 2011, and 2017. The attempted sale in 2017 came with a slightly lower asking price of nearly $3.1 million. House B, on the other hand, was bought in 2018 by Rogan and his wife, Jessica Ditzel. In the area of Bell Canyon, the houses are typically sold for between $1 million to $2.5 million. Rogan smashed this record by splashing $4.95 million on this mansion. The previous owner purchased the property for just $400,000. They then purpose-built the mansion that netted them a nice profit a few years later. The open-concept property comes with a 4-vehicle garage that will perfectly house Rogan's collection, including his Porsche 911 GT3 RS that's worth over $300,000. The 8,720 square foot abode has 6 bedrooms and 9 bathrooms, with the master bedroom being unusually placed on the ground floor. floor. The modern mansion also contains a wine cellar with all the bottles displayed on wall racks. The cellar even has a specified tasting area. House B features a fully equipped gym, a media room, a games room, a negative edge swimming pool and spa, a fire pit, and a barbecue. Rogan won't be the only big name to call Austin home. Along with the legendary professional wrestler, The Undertaker, the Oscar-winning actor Matthew McConaughey also lives in the city. In 2012, McConaughey bought a 10,000 square foot property in a remote area of Austin. The estate itself contains 9 acres. Originally built in 1997, the mansion follows the Spanish Mediterranean style of architecture by Addison Misner. The house has 7 bedrooms and 8 bathrooms with a luxury kitchen that contains 2 islands. It also has a guest house for those staying over. Outside, there are several terraces and a beautiful water feature. The house even comes with 7 boat slips in the nearby Lake Austin. Being right next to a lake is a big selling point for McConaughey and his wife. After all, their 3 kids love to play in it. One of the main factors of buying in Austin was so McConaughey could be closer to his elderly mother. As such, the mansion comes with an elevator inside. This property reportedly cost McConaughey $6 million. In 2020, he sold his Malibu residence for $15 million to filmmaker Phil Lord. The Lord of the Rings star Elijah Wood also has lived in Austin. In 2012, Wood moved to the city from Santa Monica, California. He splashed out a cool $1 million on a charming Victorian property called Bolden Creek. The following year, he sold the Santa Monica house for $1.75 million. Originally built in 1890 by hotel magnate Conrad Hilton, the building was actually created in the nearby town of Marlin. Later, the whole house was moved 88 miles to its current location in South Austin. Bolden Creek has 4 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms, and a gourmet kitchen. Wood apparently lent into the time period of the house's creation. As such, the doorbell is even an antique. The house underwent a big renovation prior to Wood moving in. In 2009, a 3rd level was added to the now 3,285 square foot building. In September 2020, Bolden Creek was put on the market with an asking price of $1.85 million. The previous year, Wood put his mini compound in Venice, Los Angeles that contains 2 bungalows up for sale for an asking price of nearly $2 million. Final fact finish, one of the most expensive homes in Texas is what's now called the Crespi Estate. Previously occupied by former Liverpool Football Club owner Tom Hicks, he originally put the mansion on the market for $135 million in 2013.